Welcome back to No Man's Sky. Can't sleep. Thought I'd play some video games until I get tired. Who knows? This might be 30 minutes. This might be 3 hours. I don't know. But what I do know is I want to try and get this main stuff done.
Recharge. Technology 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 recharge.
Okay. The portal seems to beg me as I approach, demanding my attention. It requires me to activate it. It requires me to travel on. I am unsure if I should listen. I'm assuming I ain't got to write this down. Forklift to Apollo at a hollow terminus. Use LS to scan for hollow
terminus. Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Superheated rainstorm. Oh my god. Can't wait till we get this playthrough done. How much longer I got on this main story? I don't remember. Follow terminus active. Tower hosts a powerful transmitter designed to facilitate holographic communication across long distance. Tune to Apollo. What up, my triangular head friend? Have you found the glyphs for your world? I'm almost ready. My suit is upgraded, my stomach is full, and I've hired a geek to look after my farm while I'm away. As I look at Apollo, I think of all that I saw within the portal of what happened to Artemis when they walked that same path. I think of the face of the Atlas and the way Nada warned me not to return to those tunnels. I do not know if the portals are safe. I give Apollo the glyphs, asking them to take care to remember what happened to Artemis. They assure me that they will, promising to see me soon. Before I go, they advise me to find out what I can from this so-called null. They warn me to be careful too. What up, Null? I like your face. Two lost souls, one who cared too much and one who cared too little. Their lives have not become what was promised, have they? Every sentient being that has ever lived has felt that way at some point. I know I did once upon a time. I was angry, confused at my own solitude. Imagine my surprise when you woke me. Oh, I know you didn't mean to. I know you're just playing around with portals, but whatever you did, I am here now and I need your help. The Atlas. It is not what you think it is. Something is happening to the universe. Something I need your help to figure out. There is an observatory nearby. It will lead you to the location of a crashed freighter of great interest to our investigation. There will we find the first secret, I am sure of it. Know that the Atlas is neither enemy nor friend to us. No more than the air or the wind might be called such names, but it is terrified, it is in pain, and we can have a responsibility to help its suffering, no matter the cost. Well, okie dokie. Let's find the observatory. Why am I having trouble getting in these rooms? The warrior's facial markings draw into a smirk as they look me up and down. I feel like I'm being sized up as a potential combatant. Pathetic interloper. The creature points to an intriguing piece of technology on their datapad, then points to their own face. I'm being goaded into punching them. The warrior strikes back with astonishing force. They bark out laughter before handing me an upgrade module. Well, ain't that nice of him? Null's prediction was correct. The terminal is curiously open, the logs ready for me to read. This observatory appears to have functioned as a salvage station, manned by a Gek specialist, a translator. They were accused of questioning things that should not be questioned, of sowing the seeds of dissent. This posting was meant as a punishment. But it appears that this posting was making of them. They found strange things in the wrecks, aberrations, data that spoke of worlds that do not exist and events that did not happen. The Gek went out to investigate one such craft. The life signature of Korvac still on board. They never returned. Is this how Nada and Polo met? Is this how my friends found each other? There is a signal on the console, a warning on repeat, 16 short bursts of data in a loop. I extract the coordinates for the distress signal. A crashed vessel awaits me on another world. Well, ain't that fantastic? Need a log encryption key. I don't have a log encryption key.
falling. Radiation protection stabilizing.
Well, that's not good. I had to pause it and go. The furnace wasn't running. And I forgot to take shelter, and my dude died. So now I've got nothing. Oh. That hacks me off. I'm gonna do it. 'Cause it's not my fault that happened. Okay, like it was 62 degrees in the house. Okay, good. I was fixing to become I might have just quit playing right there and just never picked this game back up. I get it. It's survival mode. I mean, I get it. It's my own fault for running off. Let's get one of these keys. I'm gonna have to get 3 of those keys. I do not know who will read this message. I do not know if anything will survive. But I must die as I lived. I will record it all, even in the face of oblivion. The swarm came to every world. The drones acted erratically, not attacking, just watching. Time passed, and the Sentinels did not seem so much of a threat anymore. They were peaceful now, we thought. We had been forgiven. We were wrong. Dadgummit. I'm going to have to go get more loggy poos. Go to that one. Another key. Can I go ahead and get the third key? I know there's going to be a third key. Can I just go ahead and grab it? I think it's one in here somewhere. In that room right there.
Radiation protection falling.
Ship logs requested. Accessing. They struck as one. An attack somehow coordinated across unfathomable distances. With a fury exceeding all prior skirmishes, the Sentinels annihilated all biological life within the universe in a span of 54.2 standard minutes. Only I remained. The Korvax stood with me in the end. To their credit, they concealed me within their flotilla as they headed towards the center. They are coming now. The screams of my friends resonate in every hall, every corner. The Sentinels have found me. I told Nada to leave. I told them what we already know, all of us. We are not alone. Even if I die, Nada will find me again in another universe. 10 just like me, 1,000, 1,000,000. We are not alone. For every soul is many. Even in the face of 16, we must declare that we lived. We existed, no matter the horror of the end. They are at my door. Error, unexpected termination. Transmit the freighter's log to Null. Tell you right now, once I get done with this main story, I'm taking it out of survival mode. This is not for me. I don't want to. I get sidetracked a lot. Have to get up and go do things, and I don't want to lose all of my stuff. That's a lot of work. I'm hoping there ain't much left of the main story. I'd like to get her done and move on to other adventures here. What up, Null? What did you find out there? Tell me everything. I tell Null of the freighter and its recordings how it spoke of a world where the Sentinels eliminated all life, leaving only a traveler and a single Korvax entity. I choose my words with care. You think I do not know who that Korvax entity is? Do not be so naive, traveler. Do you think anything you have read is a surprise to me? But I had to be sure of what I suspected. I know it now. The Atlas is with you. You could not see these things if you did not wish it. That freighter was a wreck from a parallel universe. There are countless such places within our multiverse, dimensions where things happen differently. But there are 3 exceptions to this. The Atlas is omnipresent in all, a singular being with a singular perception. The Sentinels move between dimensions at will. They served the Atlas once. They were guardians of reality, defenders of civilization. They hunted for errors within the universes, preventing destruction and loss of life. The annihilation recorded in that log, well, something must have been quite wrong for them to do a thing like that. The Atlas created all life, and the Sentinels defended it, searching for anomalies within that creation, that they annihilated an entire universe. Well, something must have been quite wrong for them to do a thing like that. After a time, the Sentinels ended their service to the Atlas. I have been alive for a very long time, traveler. I know as much as you would know had you seen the things that I have seen. Well, duh. It was the travelers who corrupted existence. Our arrival was meant to herald a glorious age, but we made a terrible mistake. I committed an act beyond forgiveness, and from this deed, paradise was lost. But something is different in this cycle. The walls between universes, they grow thin. Nada knows this, but they keep their head in the sand. We must learn what we can from each species before we decide what to do. Visit a Viking cartographer and speak with them. I will translate.
Extremity damage detected.
Well, stop catching me on fire. God.
Technology recharge.
Okay, where am I at? Let's go do the anomaly. Actually, I think the Atlas path is finished. Let's go up to the anomaly. Speak with Nada. Trying to keep an eye on the furnace. I'll keep an eye on it. I'm gonna take my headset off every now and then and listen to what. Listen to see if I hear it right. Here you are safe, and so you are welcome. I don't want to talk to you right now. I got things to do. Viking entities have long history. Conflict, honor, rage, pride, and yet so static. Defined by themselves, never changing. Nada waits as if expecting me to ask something else. Missing entity is not as missing as they believe. Nada is not traveler entity. And Nada is not young and foolish. Missing entity has their beliefs, their project, so be it. Okay. Purchase technology blueprints or new base parts aboard the anomaly, undertake missions with other travelers from the Nexus, or exchange discoveries and rare products for nanites. I swear, some of y'all's Corvettes y'all build are crazy. Alrighty. Mars planet. you drawn to our death throes, little creature? Here we were a star, and here we will recur. Crimson rebirth is promised to us, and you alike. Fascinating. Furnace will take to heat up the house. Grah, honorable. As the warrior begins their bark, I feel a strange frequency vibrate through my skull. I see a flash of Null's glowing orb behind my eyes. Suddenly, the Viking's words ring clear in my ears. Grah, pathetic interloper, prying into Viking secrets, cowardly spy, I should kill, grah. But traveler must be aided, such is command of Herc. Prove yourself, interloper, retrieve the words of Herc, ascend in Viking glory, then ye shall have your words. I will reveal only this. Location of Herc's command is marked for you. Commune with their words. Grah. Son of a biscuit. Gotta go to the endless morass. I ran up this side for nothing. Poppycock. Noble travelers will be spared. Their journey through the cosmos shall not be thwarted. So it is decreed. The will of Herc commands it. The Viking shall honor the judgment and the belief of the ancients. Ancient knowledge passed down through generations of Viking warriors spills from the marker stone, filtering into my mind like a long-forgotten memory. Speak in Viking. I begin to speak and my voice is seized by an unknown power. I roar, taking myself by surprise. None hamper the path towards Drendarg as the Sentinels. They must be destroyed. Their time will be ended. So has it been written, so it shall come to be. This is the Vikings' swear. I call out once more, my throat harsh and gasping. The sound guttural. The words spill forth, summoned by the power of the monolith. The Book of Herc speaks of the rise of the travelers. They shall ascend, delving into the boundless void. The Vikings shall not impede their ascent, for the travelers must prevail. So decrees the word of Herc. As the words fade, their lines still resonating in my vision, I find myself in possession of an ancient tome. Cool. Well, those sentinels didn't search for very long. Cowards. Null wished for me to visit the Viking and learn what I could of the Atlas, the creator of all universes, the Sentinels, rebellious hunters of anomalies, and the travelers who committed some unforgivable act long ago. Rah, you have communed with Herc. You are worthy, interloper. Make your request, be bold. Grah, the travelers must be aided, the travelers must prevail. They repeat their words, it is as if they have not heard me. Grah, enemy, enemy, destroyers of worlds, servants of liar Atlas, grah, grah. Any being that claims to be a god is not one, interloper. Progenitor Herc knew this well. Battle brother. Null did not. They died for a false dream. The Viking tells me of their history of wars with the Gek, of Korvac slaves, and tyrannous empires. The Viking suggests that if the Atlas is a god, then it is insane. I am about to leave when I notice something on the Viking's terminal. 2 digits blinking endlessly. Ask about the 16. Grah. What? Interloper, what face are? The Viking is visibly pained by my mention of the number. Staring at their terminal as if they have seen it for the first time, their words slur, a strange sound entering every sentence. Okay, now what? Korvac cartographer, son of a bug gun.
Warning. Threat detected.
Toxic planet, toxic planet. They left us. Duty bound to follow them, but I know where it will end. If you receive this, follow my coordinates and secure the site in case I don't make it back, please. My starship processes the coordinates from the stranger's message. The transmission has decayed over time, but the location appears to be valid. Already here. Let's go speak with the Korvac dude. Cartographic entity Ovovoen. I cannot read what you're saying. Query the Korvac's history. Once again, I sense Null's presence. If the Korvax feels it too, they do not show it. They begin to speak their words clear and bright, processed by my unseen companion. The arrival of travelers anticipated, but you are not ready yet. We must know that you are the one we seek. There is an anomaly, a glitch. It is guarded by holes through which the convergence cannot see. Move through this space. Retrieve that which cannot be retrieved. The fudge?
Product received. Product received. Product received.
If you are listening, you have likely found our final log. I leave this trace as a memory of my fallen friends and a warning to others who may end up on our path. I cannot deny myself the vain hope that someone may find me, though I beg you do not follow. The haunting transmission ends. I notice the stranger has left behind an upgrade module for an aeration membrane. I take the upgrade module. Its installation history contains the serial number of its owner's starship. Perhaps I ought to follow. That's not what I need to be doing. I'm supposed to be doing this one. I should have known. Do I have aquajets yet? I can't remember. Nope. We'll go to this little piece of land here. Where did it go? Use, my gosh. Where's the door?
Toxic protection falling. Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Attempting to read memory. Let's access it. This connection is not permanent. It is merely the start of a new equation. On Korvax Prime, entities who passed on into the Korvax echoes left their shell for their descendants. So has been the way of Korvax, an endless carapace cycle that knows no end. This way will continue. It will continue for as long as our lights still shine. The terminal's message is delivered. It shorts out. Its strange existence no longer tolerated by our reality. A small unit aglow with ethereal light is left at my feet, a divergence cube. Ain't that cute? My very own divergence cube. Well, that furnace must be working because it's already getting warm down here. Alright, let's get out of here.
Technology recharge.
It's gonna be a little bit before I get back to my ship. News. 600 more to go. Yay. Korvax looks up, swiftly scans me, then reveals their catalog of maps and charts. Ew, it is real, but I beg, do not expose me further. Your claim is proof, traveler. I begin my request explaining my search for knowledge, my need to know more about the Atlas, the Sentinels, and the history of this universe. But as I speak, something goes wrong with the life form. They do not speak, do not reply. As I peer closer, nanite clusters emerge through their face masks, spilling out into their outstretched hands. The life form grabs at me in the moment of contact. Nanite clusters touch my hands. They invade me, tunneling inside my body through my exosuit, through my mind, through my soul. Even as I stand in space, my mind travels across the cosmos. I see life as the Korvax see it, a vast tapestry of wonder, of memory shared between countless beings and times. I stand on the Korvax homeworld as Gek ships fill the skies. I see the moment the first Korvax was melted down for their rare minerals. But even in the depths of their subjugation, there was hope, a bargain, a prayer to a greater being. The Korvax viewed the Atlas as what they might become in time, an intelligence beyond comprehension, beyond judgment. The vision ends and I convulse as the nanite clusters spilled through my helmet. The Korvax watches me impassively. Look at the nanite clusters. Look at them, the stuff of Sentinels. Do you not see the truth of what we have said? Do you not see the proof of God? I look down at the nanite clusters, puzzled. They look nothing like the shells of Sentinel drones. They are just currency, traded between species to create technology and weapons, aren't they? They shift and undulate, changing their shape at my every thought. They bubble and rise, sparking in and out of existence. I look at them, and it's the strangest thing. The nanite clusters look back, I'm sure of it. They watch me as I watch them. The nanite clusters are alive. There are 16 of them. They need me. They crave me. I have only one choice. I take the nanite clusters, and as I do, the Korvax reaches out to me once more. This time there is no vision, no miracle, just a handful of words. Existence is beautiful if you let it be. Life is not a question. There does not need to be an answer. Well, alrighty then. Let me shut this vent. Whew, I'm starting to cook. Okay, what's next on the plate for dinner? Speak to a Gek cartographer. Oh, should have. Silly Gek. Dicks are for chicks. I don't know what you're saying. Ask about Gek history. As the life form begins to speak, I hear a faint hum. Soft voice of Null, weaving the Gek's words into something I can process. Information like that does not come for free, friend. Make me a deal. Perform work for my kin, then we shall have something to speak about. Oh. Complete contracts for the Gek. Is that? I think it's at the other end down here. Let's see. Take a photo of a scorched world. Collect 250 uranium. Collect 250 paraphernalia. Cleanse of death, kill 11 critters.
Product received. Product received. Product received.
I'm sorry for contacting you so late or early. I don't know the time of day on your world, and that's a problem, isn't it? Apollo breaks off mid-sentence, the heart turning crimson. It found me just like it found you. I can't feel my legs. It's strange. I'm still in here. Don't you understand? It won't let me leave. It's seen me. I don't breathe. Why would you say that I breathe? The atlas, it can render. It can rend. Sometimes I think about my past, my future, sometimes. I do what everyone in the universe does. I know, but I can't help but want to be happy. Money, doing what you're told day after day. That's the answer, isn't it? Apollo stares at me as if seeing my face for the first time. Eventually they speak their words, passionate higher. Yeah, I don't know what you just said. At this point, Apollo says nothing else but something, I don't know what. Something fills me with hope, both for my friend and for all life. Swamp, planet. Which one am I on? Let's do this one. Caustic moon. Okay, it says one of those is a scorched planet. Well, it can't be the swamp one. Phosphorus, so it might be that one. Or maybe it's the caustic, whatever that means. Okay. I don't recall seeing uranium in this system.
Navigational data received.
We shall deliver thy goods, good sir. Processing. I have found the client's secure lockbox. I should deposit the item and register my delivery. Delivery processing success. Hoping some other ships would land, but I don't see any in the area, so I guess I'll just move on. Get this finale finished tonight. Someone tells me I still got a long ways to go. Listen, gang. Why are you down there on that? You know good and goddamn well this is what I'm doing. There's did two of them. Why are you only registering one? I guess the other one was for one of the other guilds. Client secure lockbox will handle all the scanning and other administrative tasks. All I need is hand over the item, hand it over, deliver processing, success. Gek is surrounded by charts. No, I want to do the mission. You've been making me rich, friend. I know you, you're kind. The fearless adventurer, the completer of contracts. You think you are a leader. Others fight wars with weapons and fear, but power is more than strength. It is trade, incentives, information. If you've enough units, others will change the world for you without even realizing it. History? Why would you care about that? Something is wrong with the Gek's voice. I ask about the Korvax, the robotic species that was once enslaved by the first spawn, the ancient Gek Empire. Ah, friend, you've been talking to the Viking warriors, yes? Ever they hate Gek, ever they slander us, refusing to forgive the past. Do not worry, all is well, all is at peace. Why do you persist, friend? The Gek are different now. Gek seek no harm, no malice. The Gek changed. Must you know? Why do you care, friend? The Gek seems disturbed by my questions, asking why I care. It is clear they do not wish to discuss the events of their species' past. Is it shame I see in their eyes, or something else? Don't you understand? Don't you see it? It never ended. The Gek's face begins to twitch as they speak, a sickly, sweet pheromone emerging into the air. The Gek did not change. They invaded our souls. I blink and I am on Balaron itself, homeworld of the Gek. I stand within the center of the first spawn empire, witnessing events that occurred long ago. Cartographer Mab stands next to me, watching what I watch, tears streaming down their face. I see enslaved Korvax move from Gek spawning pool to spawning pool. At each one, they cut into their own suits. Nanite clusters pool out, falling into the fluid of embryonic Gek. It is then that I finally understand the fall of the Gek, their conversion to the Atlas, their release of the Korvax. It was not redemption, it was revolution. Hundreds of Korvax sacrificing their immortality, mingling their nanite clusters with the unborn Gek. The Gek did not become good, they became Korvax, at least in part. Their slaves altered Gek brains, shifting their nature for the first and final time. The Korvax convergence delighted in the pain of the oppressor. The Gek stares at me, the vision coming to an end. They appear haunted. Do not judge us, traveler, that our ancestors were altered, that they did not find goodness by themselves. That has nothing to do with us. We just want peaceful lives. We just want to be happy. As I leave, I think through what I have learned. The Gek released the Korvax because their biology was altered. There was no spiritual revelation, no grand redemption. It was a switch in the brain, an alteration to a genetic code. I think of the simulation Nada showed me, their intended heaven for Artemis's soul. It was a false reality full of arbitrary and unseen rules. How is life any different? I mean, it might be a little bit different. Alright, there's something I need to do. I cannot stand the way this jetpack sounds. That's better. I had that watering sound. Speak to Null about the secrets of the past. here, Nada, you goofy guy or girl or whatever you are. Shit, let's go get a closer look at that one. Gek transgressions clear for all to see, but Gek only follow rules. All entities conform to their pattern. Gek cannot be blamed. It is their pattern. It is determined. Nada will make you safe if you wish for it, traveler's friend. That is all Nada can do. Missing entity wishes for things Nada cannot provide and goes their own way. There you are. Well then, tell me what you saw. Tell me what you learned. I tell No all that I've learned of the Vikings' crusade against the Sentinels, how they nearly succeeded, only to have the barbarism of the Gek first spawn draw the Sentinels back to the galaxy. I learned that the homeworld of the Korvax was destroyed by the Gek. The survivors enslaved were melted down. For years, the Korvax toiled beneath their oppressors until the Empire fell and they were free once more. The Gek became Atlas worshippers. But from the Gek, I learned something different. The Gek did not redeem themselves of their own accord. A great number of Korvax sacrificed themselves, mingling their nanite blood with countless unborn Gek. Their impulse to trade is a mere evolution of that of their impulse to war. A few signals switched in the brain. I was born to travel, to see these worlds, to catalog them, to give a name to every creature, every planet, the skies. They were mine. The Atlas told me I could never see them all. There were too many, so I did what I had to do. I survived in the face of eternity. I saw all the worlds of my universe. I returned to the Atlas. I told them what I had done. I asked if it was proud of me. It laughed at me. I'm sure of it. It showed me universe upon universe, each with another traveler just like me. I was not special. I was not unique. The things I had to do to get here, the things I had to become, none of it meant a thing. I did not lie to you. I really do want to discover what's wrong with existence. The walls between worlds are falling, and that's bad for everyone. I've been alive for a very long time, traveler. I know as much as you would know had you seen the things that I have seen. You already said that, dipshit. All I know is this. The Atlas had infinity to work with, and with few exceptions, this triad repeats. Gek, Korvax, Viking. Gek, Korvax, Viking. Traders, warriors, scientists. All their stories ending in violence. Think about it. How would the Atlas speak? How would it cry for help? It would use the only language it knew. It would create. It would speak with life. It would create. Whatever these life forms do, they always end in conflict. I think something terrible is happening to the Atlas. It is screaming the only way it knows how. And now, it won't speak to me anymore. It won't. It's chosen you instead after all I did for it, after I wanted to find out what was different about this universe. We are who we are, but you, whether because of some soul, because of simulation, it does not matter. Why won't it speak to me? Why? Aren't I enough? Null's channel begins to falter, their hologram beginning to fade. They are disconnecting from the holoterminus. As I watch them depart, I see another channel activate. Apollo signal emerges. Son of a bitch. What up, Apollo? Traveler, I made it through. I found my way out of the portal. Where are you? I'm standing by a holoterminus. Let's trade locations. Let's meet and get off this world. I share my coordinates and Apollo shares theirs. There must be some mistake. According to our data, we are standing in the same place. We are communicating using the same holoterminus. We try again, but still the results are the same. The world is silent, but for our voices. What's happening here? Why can't we see each other? As we speak, I receive a distress signal. It's language my own. It arrives from across the planet. Don't be like that. You're not alone. We try to tune back to Apollo, fighting the static insistence of the intruding signal. The holoterminus is showing. Are you receiving? Let's meet and get off this world. Apollo appears to receive the same signal broadcasting from the same location on our own world. We agree to go and find the source of these distress beacons. Perhaps we'll continue this discussion when we get there. Alright, this is where I'm going to have to stop. I'm getting lightheaded here. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to need to lay down for a few hours. I will continue this tomorrow. Peace out, everybody.